Hello, students. Welcome to Tech Hub Africa's Tech Talk for Students. I'm Doreen, your host, and today we are diving into personal branding for tech careers. And joining me on stage is Princess Asiedua Annor, a content creator, tech enthusiast, and student at the Ghana Communications Technology. Princess, welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Doreen, for this opportunity, and thanks to Madam Jemima and the whole team for giving me the spotlight. I'm very much grateful.
We are grateful to have you, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say to all the students who are watching you from all over the world. So let's dig in. I have a question for you. As a young content creator and tech enthusiast, you have achieved a lot, right? What's one thing you are most excited about in your tech career so far?
Okay, so it hasn't been very long since I started or I stepped into the tech world where I get to share my learning journey and some projects that I build and what I love doing. So far, I'm very, very happy that I can even stand in public and share my knowledge or a bit of what I know. People can believe in me that I can do something, I can speak. And for example, for this platform that I'm on right now, I'm so much happy that I've got to a space where I can be given an opportunity like this.
And I like that. And I have had the opportunity to look at some of the content you have created. And I think it's really becoming, right? You are becoming, and
Yes.
your ability to see things and then merge them together to tell a story. So from where I sit, I'm excited, happy, and proud of what you have achieved so far in terms of putting the little stuff together to tell a story in a very creative way. So excited about that. So today, and if you just joined us, we are talking about personal branding for tech careers. And again, we have Princess here with me. Princess, what does personal branding in tech mean to you?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. So for me, I think personal branding is your digital image. And if I say that, what I mean is that as a student or an upcoming, or let me say a student, because this is based on students in tech, right? If you are learning something and you feel like, let me put it out there for people to know that I can actually do something. You have some skills that you want people to get to know about. You are learning some skills that you want people to follow your journey through that space where you get to do all of that and for people to look at you, and even before they meet you they can perceive you based on some contents that you put out there. That is your brand, your personal brand. So usually when we say personal brand, people look at a bigger image like influencers or like big people with fame or something like that. But it is very narrow and more powerful than that.
I like that. And I like how you position it. Personal branding, actually, your brand precedes you. What are you known for? What do people say, or who do people say you are? So it definitely precedes you. And I'm so happy that you mentioned that. But how did you start building your personal brand in tech? Because you are still very young. And like
Yes.
you just started. So how did you start?
Okay, so to cut a long story short, I started this whole content thing in level 200 first semester. So before then, I used to be very nervous about a lot of things. I was very shy and I was always coiling myself in my shell because I felt like people will feel that I'm not good enough. So it got to a point where I sat down to analyze myself and kind of reflect on a lot of things. And I decided that I'm going to step into a zone that I am scared of. And one thing that through the self assessment, one thing that I saw is that I'm very scared to put myself in public. So I decided that I'm going to step in that uncomfortable zone. And then that is how come I decided to give myself a brand name, Printech. I just had the idea that it's something that I wanted to do, even though I was scared of it. So when I started this tech content, I didn't have a good phone to start. I didn't have a tripod stand. I didn't have a microphone, nothing. But then it was something that I set my mind to that it's something I want to do. So I just contacted a few friends, got a tripod stand from a friend, got a microphone from a friend. Everything, every gadget that I was using when I started wasn't mine. But then I started and then I shared tutorials online. So the idea was I learned something because I was learning web development. So I learned something and then I put it out there for people to know what I learned in a form of tutorials. So I share some projects that I embark on, and then I teach you how I came about that project and the code behind them, and then explain the code behind them. And then I also added a few talents that I discovered of myself, video editing and speak and voice artistry and all of that. So I conjoined all of them, and then I created that space online called Printech. So I have Printech on TikTok, Instagram, and Code Simple by Printech on YouTube, where I share tutorials online. So this is how I got myself started building a tech brand.
I like that. And I like the fact, what you said about, hey, you don't need everything to be perfect before you start. Whatever you
Yes.
have, just start. And there's a saying that the longest journey starts with one step. So I like how you said, I didn't have everything, but I was able to ask friends for this and that and then put all together. That's so powerful. And I'm asking all the students listening in to say, hey, once you have the idea, just plunge into it because your idea is good enough. Many people have the imposter syndrome, as we say, but it's okay. Nobody wants you to be perfect, and nobody is perfect. We are all trying every day to learn and be better. So, as long as you have an idea, just step into it. It may not be good the first time, but as the saying goes, practice makes you perfect. So,
Perfect.
that, yeah. Now tell me, many people have different ideas about what personal branding is and what it's not. What's the biggest misconception about personal branding for young people in tech?
I mentioned something that mostly people feel that this branding is about influencers or it's about big people. And it's not like that. Sometimes people feel like they cannot call themselves a brand because a lot of people don't know them or they are not popular. Let me put it like that. The moment you get to create that space for yourself where people can know you for something, it's a brand for yourself. So it doesn't matter if on your page you have like 80 followers and you feel like no, you can't call yourself a brand. You are a brand because you are showing yourself, you are showing up for something. The moment you keep consistent with something that you're doing, you will get to that level of those influencers and those famous people because they started from where you are now that you feel like you're not a brand. Since I started this content creation thing, I thought people were not even seeing me because you post something, you get like 100 likes and all of that, few views and all of that. But I realized that even on campus, some strangers that I do not know, some people can see me on campus and then come to me and be like, Are you that girl that does these tech contents and stuff?" Then I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Then they tell me I'm doing well. And I get surprised. I'm like, "Hey, so this person even knows me." So people see what you're doing. So let's take away that misconception that you cannot call yourself a brand because you are not famous or something like that. It is never true.
And I like that because people always think differently. They think that they have to be this big person with a big title before people will take notice. But people are always watching. Somebody's always watching.
Yes,
And so
yes,
people pay attention to your humble beginnings, they take notice, and as you continue to do and hone in on your skills, you'll be amazed at what brand you may emerge with. I like that. But tell me, especially for young people, and I think adults have the same thing. When you enter into the social media space, right, and try to build your,
yes.
how do you balance over showing or showcasing your skills versus your personality online? How do you balance that? So you can give me your personal example. How do you balance that?
For me, I don't like to mix it up. I have this notion that I want my page to be there for something. If somebody wants to learn something, then they go to the printed page and it's solely for learning. Anything that I post on the printed page should be connected to the main vision there for printed. So my personal daily life vlogs or something, I would rather do it on my personal page. I have a personal page where if I feel like I can put some videos of me, put some daily vlogs of me, I can do it there. But I can also do same on the printed page because some way, somehow it aligns with the printed vision. Because printed is about not just web development, but also media, multimedia, anything multimedia. I do video creation, video editing, and all of that. So I can just shoot random daily life, real vlogs of me and edit them in a way, and it's still portraying the printed vision. So for me, I feel like that page should be authentic in a way that if you want to learn, go to printed page. You will not go there and then you get confused because I've mixed things up with my personal life and then anything that Brentech is doing. So you can find me on my personal page and then you'd be like, oh yeah, this is the lady on the Brentech page, but that side is more for learning and for tech stuff. Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, what's one thing students can do today to boost their online presence and brand?
Mostly we talk about consistency, but I feel like if you fear you will fail, you cannot be consistent. If you feel like you are not succeeding or you are not doing well because you are not getting some kind of exposure that you need yet, you get scared that that is how it's always going to be. So that fear is one thing that cuts the consistency. Fear is one thing that everybody should work on. Fear is one very, very dangerous thing. It will keep you away from a whole lot of things that you need to achieve within a time frame. So take fear away and then move, do what you want to do. And when you feel it's a chance for you to learn and even become better. Because those people that are, big now and are better at everything that they are doing, they pass through those failure and other things, but they just decided to keep moving forward. They just decided to learn through it. So keep consistency. But to keep consistency, you need to take away fear. Yes.
Like that. Consistency is key, and also the power of the mind, right? Because
Yes.
what your brain is telling you, and Tuesday when we had the speaker, she's like, our brains are wired that way. So you just have to make sure that you thinking positive and focus
Yes.
what you want to do. I love that. Again, if you've just joined us, I'm speaking with Princess Asiedua Annor, a tech enthusiast and a student at the Ghana Communications Technology. So really excited, really, really excited to have Princess on. And if you are here, please send in your questions. We'll be taking the questions very soon. Princess, tell me, if I'm a student listening, I'll be wondering, how does that put food on the table? How does that get me a job? So, how does personal branding or how can personal branding lead to a potential job opportunity in tech?
So I'm sure that by now a lot of us know that in this era that we are, it's not only about your CV or your certificate. A lot of us know about that, especially students. So most of the times you hear that they encourage us to learn a skill aside the school curriculum and learning in person with your your grades and everything. It's not all about certificates now. It's about proof of what you can do. If you're looking for a job and then an employer goes online, searches your name, and then it pops out a whole record of what you are saying that you can do. It already builds trust. It already builds trust from the employer that, oh, this is not just something that the person is just saying. The person actually has proof of what he or she is saying they can do. Moreover, opportunities can even come to you without you going to look for them. People see you, employers can reach out to you. I like what you're doing. I see what you're doing and you're doing well. I have this opportunity. Are you interested? Would you like to try it out? So opportunities will start coming to you without you having to rush to look for them. And at the same time, if you're looking for the opportunity, it's going to be very easy for you if you have a whole digital record serving as proof of what you can do. Yeah, 10 times above someone with just the first class or the certificates because it's like you already have the experience, you already have the solid portfolio. So building a personal brand really goes a long way, especially when it comes to finding a job or getting something to do for yourself.
I love that. And we're going to thank our partners or show our partner services and sponsors in a second. But I do want to say you are so right and spot on because Tech Hub offered you internship because of what you were bringing to
Yes.
the table. And I don't know if you know this already, but HR did go through your social media platform to find out who is this person, right?
Yes.
So I know it's interesting how you ended up working for Tech Hub as an intern, but to your point,
Yes.
your good works precedes you, and you can start building your brand in even a small scale, and you never know who is watching or where it will take you. You don't have to go in saying, "Oh, I'm doing this to get a job." Just do what you love.
Yes.
Be surprised at where it takes you. So I'm really excited that you mentioned that. So thank you. We're going to take a short break to share some of the partner services that we have. And then we'll go. So before that, special thanks to our sponsors, Tech for All, making sure that no child, that no individual is left behind in the digital space. So making sure that everybody has a shot at technology. We also want to thank Quash Ice, always providing us with water on our campus tours, and we are forever grateful to them. Special thanks to Mavis Inspires. Her motivation inspires not just students, but professionals all over the world. For our partner services, we do have the Metaverse program, which is the Global Custom Metaverse Experience. It's currently being offered through Tech Hub Africa. We also have Ofie Agro. Ofie Agro provides all the Gari on our campus stores, and they have 8 different varieties of Gari and canned products, including garden eggs, turkey berry, palm oil, and a lot more, including the snacks. I love the snacks there. ThreatLock provides services for to make sure that you are safe while online, and especially for the students, GH accommodation is your go-to place. GH accommodation makes sure that you don't have to go looking for hostels yourself. You just go to ghaccommodation.com, and they have all the hostels in and around your institution. So special thanks to them as well. And I think we can briefly talk about some of the upcoming stuff, and then we'll take up the questions. So again, if you've just joined us, we are speaking with Princess and it's on personal branding for tech careers. So if you've just joined us, Princess Asiedua Annor, Princess, really glad to have you on the show today. And now, of course, wherever you are in the world, you can take part in the hackathon that we have. Tomorrow is the last day to submit your hackathon application, and I know the team has received so much. So you have one more day if you haven't done so already. And of course, we have the startup competition also going on now. And one of my favorites, which is the Tech Guru Meetup, that will be happening on December 18th in Accra, Ghana. So upcoming events for you. And now we're going to talk about we have some audience questions in, and I think we'll take it from the live audience first, and then I will read the ones that came in before. So this one came from Jemima, and she says, as a student and content creator, how are you building your personal brand today in a way that will help you stand out to employers and create career opportunities after graduation? I love this. I love this.
Madam Jemima, thank you so much for the question. So I think just be real with everything that you're doing. When you start creating content, sometimes you want to be perfect at once. And it's one thing that I don't think it's very advisable to do. So as a student, just if you're learning something, just document your learning journey if you want to document your learning journey. So right from the point where you didn't really know much, start from that same point, and then the audiences will get to follow your journey. And as you get better, they will witness you getting better. So right from you being not really good and you getting good and then you becoming better, they follow that whole process. After school, you want to find a job or venture into anything that you want to do, and you send in your application, and then an employer decides to search your portfolio online, and then they find out that you started from somewhere, you went through the process, you kept being consistent, and then you became better. They feel like you are that good. It's not only about you being intelligent and you being able to pass with good grades and you being able to get that first class, but you can actually work in a working environment. They trust you that much to give you that job.
Princess, how can you relate that to yourself? You, as a content creator, what are you doing, right, to make
Okay.
sure that after school you getting employment opportunities?
So so right now people see me sharing tutorials online. So like I have an idea about tech. I know web development. People can bring gigs to me that I should build websites for them. It's because I'm documenting the journey that it's something that I can do. Now people also see me interviewing people at events. People see the way I talk. I tell you that, oh, when you go on my page or when you go on Tech of Africa's page, more of the videos there I edited them. It's a big proof that I can be hired as a video editor for a company. I can be hired to handle contents or social media for a big company. So right now I'm in that point where I'm at an advantage because I have a digital proof of what I say I can do. Yes.
That I like that, and I think it's spot on. So another question came, some of the pre-questions. I like this too. Online is like no man's land. Some people
Mhm.
like you, some people don't. Some people get bullied, other people criticize
Yes.
for no reason. So the question from Emmanuel is, how do you handle online criticisms or negativity?
Okay. So far I have not really experienced that much, but I see a lot of people get bullied online. But one thing that if I would be very real and everybody would be real about something, sometimes it's a negative comment, but it's actually true. For instance, I'm building a website, I come online and then I show, let's say, some quotes, and then I'm trying to explain the quotes to you. And based on my understanding, I explain it in a way which is not quite true. There are some people that are that honest that they want you to know that what you are saying is not true. They are going to leave a comment out of being honest, and it will look like a negative comment. So one thing that you need to sit down and then check is this comment trying to teach me something, or is it just an unnecessary negative comment? If it's an unnecessary negative comment, just ignore it and keep doing what you're doing. Don't let those negative comments pull you back from whatever you are doing. Set your mind to something and make sure that you don't need external validation before you can say that, oh, then I want to continue what I'm doing. If it's just an unnecessary negative comment, you're wasting your time with all this basic HTML things. I'm not going to let that keep me from doing these basic HTML things, because I feel like I want my content to be that authentic. Now a lot of people are focusing on, because now it's AI automated world. A lot of people are focusing on using AI to build applications and all of that. And that is very good because now we are in that era. But I also feel like you need to get a strong foundation as well. So I decided to channel my content to giving you that strong foundation that you need, so that when you're even using the AI, you get to understand better and be at a better position than someone who just started with AI. You get to understand better what you're doing. So I decided to take you through the basics, HTML basics. But there are some people that will feel like you're wasting your time with this HTML thing. Right now, AI can do everything for you. So why are you wasting your time? You think your content is, that is an unnecessary comment. I know I know the goal. I know what I'm setting my mind to. And I want to be authentic in that way. So I will not listen to that negative comment.
Princess, use that to tell me how students or how you can create engaging tech content based on what you just said. How can students use the tip that you just shared to create engaging
Yeah.
content?
So I mentioned authenticity, sorry. So be authentic at what you do. Don't say that a lot of people are doing it this way. So if I decide to channel mine this way, people will not really pay attention to me because the trending thing is the other way. For instance, I use this basic HTML and basic programming languages tutorials as an example, right? So I am channeling my brand in terms of tutorials. I'm channeling my brand to the foundational languages. So if you want to be able to build web applications and understand what you're doing, become a real developer, you need to have very strong foundations. But now people feel like now you can use AI to literally build a whole system within within a day, or let me say within some minutes. So now people feel like the basic is unnecessary. Why should I learn how to put stats together to build a whole website when AI can just do everything at once? So it's more like it's something different from what everybody would be expecting. Now I see a lot of developer content, those tech content showing their workspace, like some fancy workspace, and then doing some trends. 1 a.m. debugging. This is how it looks like. And then they take shots of that. And it's interesting. It's actually something that is trending. But I feel like because everybody is doing that doesn't mean that I should do that. I have said I am tackling the foundational and giving people strong foundations in web development. And that is what I'm going to do. If I'm going to expand that, I'm going to expand it based on my authenticity, still based on my niche. I
I
think that
love
is
that.
one thing that
Princess,
we need
let
to
me
do.
ask you. Somebody listening to you would say, wow, her branding, her approach, her presence on social media is so perfect, right? But, and so somebody who is trying to get in might say, well, let me stay at my own place. So, can you share a personal branding fail and what you learned from it?
Okay. So I'm talking like I'm all perfect on my page. I'm talking like I've really gotten there, but if you go on my page, you realize that I have a lot of work to do. So when I started afresh, when I started this whole content creation afresh, I did something. And then I'm happy that I realized what I was doing and I decided to do better. So I started, even though I was able to build like a complete functional website, I used AI to help me build it. And that's not the problem. I started the content and then I started with like a huge project. I started with an online management system. And then because all the time I had to show up and then show how I'm building the system, it got to a point I realized that sometimes I wasn't even learning very, very well the codes that I was teaching. It was more of I'm creating content people need to understand. So even if I need to use AI to explain some of the codes so I can come and explain to people, then I'm going to do that. So I just started with a complex thing just to make people feel like I know what I'm doing. So I realized that no, this is not what I'm trying to do. The plan was that I learn and then I come online and then I share what I learn. But then I just started and I started with something huge that I knew that it wasn't all the codes that I even understood. So the moment that I noticed that I I put a code to that online library management system. So if you go on my page right now, you realize that I started a whole online library management system online, but I didn't finish. I paused it and then I decided that I'm going to restructure and then go with the plan that I will learn and then document what I'm learning, not something above what I know. So I think it's one thing that I also experienced in the early stages of me starting content creation.
I
Yes.
love that. I love that. So we have our last question, and then we'll take a quick break. And then I'll ask you this five or so rapid fire questions. That's my fun part. But this is another question. It says, as a beginner within the social media space, how can I leverage these sites to build a strong personal brand? And which platforms do you find most effective? So the question is from Jemima. She says, as a beginner
Please,
within, as a beginner within the social media space, how can I leverage these sites to build a strong personal brand? That's the first question. And then the follow-up is, which platforms do you find most effective?
for a developer or someone, a student or anyone in the tech space, if you're building your online presence or your portfolio online, the best place to do that is on LinkedIn. Number one, LinkedIn and your GitHub. Those are the most professional places to showcase your skills and what you are doing, your learning journey and everything. Because you can get linked to the right people. And so if you focus on LinkedIn, focus on you build projects and then you push them to GitHub. So right from the least project that you're able to build, push to GitHub. Anything that you build, push to GitHub. And it's going to be like a very strong portfolio for you, and also LinkedIn. But now we know that even on TikTok or Instagram, you can also meet great opportunities. A lot of people are doing so well, and it is through TikTok or it's through Instagram. So now we don't only focus on LinkedIn and then your GitHub or your portfolio because they are more professional. Opportunities can come from anywhere. So you can leverage TikTok, all social media platforms. Just be active on all social media platforms, but make sure that you are very serious on LinkedIn and also you are serious and you get happy for your developer. Yes.
I like that. And thank you. So we have come to the end of all the questions related to the topic. And again, if you've just joined us, we've been speaking to Princess. My name is Doreen. We've been speaking with Princess Asiedua Annor on personal branding for tech careers. And she's giving us so much nuggets to put in our toolbox. So, Princess, thank you. If you want to follow us, we are on all the social media platforms, and you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of that. So, and if you want to write to us, it's info@techhubafrica.org or events@techhubafrica.org. And if you're in Ghana, pass by the office. We are located in East Legon. So thank you. Princess, are you ready? I do have some rapid fire questions to ask you.
Very ready.
Awesome. So don't overthink it. And rapid fire, you only have 1 minute to answer all the questions I have. So, what's your favorite, popcorn or chocolates?
I love chocolates.
Great. I love chocolates
Yes.
too. If you could attend a tech conference anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
So I'll just choose Canada because it's a country I've always mentioned since I was a kid. Yes.
I love that. If you dream it, you can make it. So, what's the most exciting tech project you've worked on, and what made it so exciting or thrilling?
I wouldn't use. I think one thing that I really love doing is video editing. So all my videos I've edited so far, I loved doing every bit of them.
I
Yes, all
love
my videos I've edited. Yeah.
So you love the editing part of the okay, content.
Yes.
Okay, all right. What's the one skill you are eager to learn in the next 6 months?
One tech skill I'm eager to learn in the next 6 months.
Yes.
Ethical hacking.
Okay, awesome. Well, Princess,
Yes.
thank you so much for sharing your insights and experiences with us today. To our Tech Hub Africa community, thank you again for leading us and lending us your ears. As students, you have the power to shape your own narratives and build a personal brand that opens doors to opportunities. So don't be afraid to be yourself, to showcase your skills and connect with others in the tech community. The future of tech is being written, and it's being written by people like you. So go on, go out there, be bold, be fearless, and build your brand. So until the next Tech Talk, and from all of us here at Tech Hub, we say thank you. Until the next Tech Talks, continue to empower, innovate, disrupt, sustain, and transform Africa and the world, one innovation at a time.
Tech Hub Africa, we're flying high. With every line of code, we touch the sky. We're the acrobats of the digital age. Tech Hub Africa, turning the page. We're balancing the scales of innovation and art. With every step and every leap, we're reaching the heart of the digital future, where Africa takes the lead. Tech Hub Africa, the possibilities are free. Tech Hub